This is Evening News for Sunday, February 9, 2014. I'm Samuel Suknandan. Thanks for joining us. Making the headlines tonight. PPP calls on AFC Chairman Nigel Hughes to resign. GRPA says Berbice rice mill could be blacklisted. And magazine aimed at inspiring young Guyanese launched. And now for the news in detail. The People's Progressive Party is calling for AFC Chairman Nigel Hughes to resign his post. The PPP's call comes amid allegations that the AFC chairman is involved in yet another racketeering scheme. Vanu Manuchan has more.
The People's Progressive Party issued a press statement today saying that allegations on this scheme must not be taken lightly. The party said that it is appalled by the deafening silence of executive of the Alliance for Change on the continuous reports that its chairman is allegedly involved in various forms of fraudulent activities, misconduct and improprieties. Quote, "It is shameful but telling that the AFC, which preaches about good governance and accountability, is failing miserably to rein in Hughes, despite the scandals in which he is finding himself," end quote, the statement added. The party further stated that the fact that these allegations continue to be made is a cause for concern about the integrity of the attorney at law and his ethical standards not only in the political realm but when doing business. The PPP said that apart from the allegations that he sold the property to a popular city school despite taking out a mortgage which he failed to pay, and the ongoing litigation on the matter, Hughes was involved in several other scandals. The party also recalls the allegations of conflict of interest when it was revealed that Hughes and his wife were in the employ of Sith Global, the company which developed the Amaila Falls Hydro project. The PPP condemned the double standards being exhibited by the Alliance for Change, which constantly accused the government of corruption. The party said the AFC can no longer attempt to lecture any stakeholder in this society about rooting out corruption when it is unable to do the same within its rank and file, the statement said.
Inspire Ghana, a new magazine aimed at helping students who are in school to ascertain what they would aspire to be by providing career information and professional profiles, was launched on Saturday evening in Georgetown. The owner of the magazine, Captain Orlando Charles, said that the magazine is aimed at informing young people in society of the opportunities that they would have available when they complete school. He said, and I quote, "I realized over the past 10 years, students are not sure of what they want to become, so I thought of ways of informing them." Trisha, as the production coordinator of the magazine, said after observing some of the career days held for students, they found that it left much to be desired. Hence, they identified the areas that were lacking. She said the magazine would be made available for a low cost. The Women and Gender Equality Commission has once again reiterated its disgust over the negative portrayal of women, especially through music, and is calling on artists, especially those in the local market, to take a page from those singers who have positive upliftment of women at heart. Alexis Rodney reports.
Commissioner of the Women and Gender Equality Commission, Nicole Cole, said that singers such as Bob Marley, John Legend, Beres Hammond and Taurus Riley are among the few who promote positive vibes through their music. Cole said that the Commission has always been working with the media, encouraging that positive messages are represented.
Call upon those who operate radio station, television stations to look at how they are putting out their ads and the type of music that they're playing, and those that speak to treating the woman violently. And you would have known in last year we spoke out vehemently against the song Kicking She Back Door that was banned in Antigua, but found its way here and playing on our airwaves.
The Culture Ethnic Commissioner said that the effects are far-reaching and have a strong influence on the youth.
And we remain forever vigilant as it relates to the influence of music upon our young people and the type of behaviors that it can encourage, especially as it relates to violence among the youth, violence against women, boys, and in general in the society.
Cole said that singers need to break away from singing everything that is negative about women. Meanwhile, chairperson of the commission, Indra Chandipal, explained that the organization has had some fruitful accomplishments with the many programs introduced. One such program was the Access to Justice system implemented last year.
I think it provided a unique opportunity to hear the views of the people and how the services that they are supposed to have, whether it's working in their favor or not.
Chandipal said that the findings of the exercise were discussed with the relevant officials. Reporting for the Evening News, I'm Alexis Rodney.
The Ghana Rice Producers Association said that although the entity is working along with the management of the Ancient County Investment Inc., a rice milling company situated in quarantine, it could still be blacklisted if it continues to operate unfairly. Alexis Rodney brings us the details.
General Secretary of the Guyana Rice Producers Association, Dharam Kumar Siraj, had warned the company several weeks ago, declaring that he will put forward a recommendation to the Guyana Rice Development Board to have the company removed from the list of mills, including in the Venezuelan rice agreement. The threat came on the heels of the mill's inability to pay over 150 quarantine rice farmers for paddy supplied during the last crop, which ended in October of last year. Siraj, in an invited comment on Friday, told this newscast that the Rice Board has been in contact with the mill because many farmers are still complaining. According to him, officials at the mill said that they were unable to fully pay the farmers because of the amount of stock on hand. He said, too, that the company had claimed that it was unable to sell its produce to the Haitian and the Caribbean markets. Added to that, Siraj said that the company is preparing to ship rice to Venezuela, where it will receive payment for that shipment and thereby use the same money to offset the expenses of paying farmers. Meanwhile, President of the Rice Producers Association, Lika Rambridge, said that farmers were again given checks by the mill. He said he hoped that they are not bounce checks this time around. Back in December, when the issue first came to light, some farmers turned up at various banks with checks signed by the mill's owner, but were turned away because they were not valid. Rambridge said that among the monies owed to farmers are payments for transportation and the required 2% interest fee. Reporting for the Evening News, I'm Alexis Rodney.
Join us after these messages for more news.
MoneyGram, you can transfer cash to over 196 countries across the globe within minutes.
And with low fees.
MoneyGram, bringing you closer.
For more information, please call NM Services Limited on telephone number 225-9129.
Who said the season of giving is over? It's still a holiday with MMG, a New Year's gift for you. Pay your bills or send money using MMG and win 50% of your cash back. Be one of 5 weekly winners. Plus, get some back. Register today and get $200 in your MMG wallet. So go ahead, start using Mobile Money Guyana and win. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Conditions apply. See press for details or call 0664.
Introducing SurePay, the convenient way to pay your bills. SurePay is an electronic bill payment service that takes the hassle out of bill payments. Your payments are up to date the same day at the utility companies, so you will not be disconnected if you pay on the due date.
Wow, this is so fast. I can get to do my grocery shopping and get back to work on time. Excellent service. Thank you.
Contact our support center on telephone number 225-9129 for more information. SurePay, the convenient way to pay your bills.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. The Ghana Tourism Authority, GTA, will be hosting its inaugural Rupununi Music and Arts Festival on February 14 and 16, 2014. This festival offers outdoor camping with entertainment from numerous artists at Rockview Lodge Anai. The tourism sector is not the only one to benefit from this landmark event. The preparation and the festival itself will provide employment for approximately 50 residents of the Rupununi areas, Coordinator Bob Ramdani said. The festival, being the first of its kind in Ghana, is an environmental adventure, an exploration of the beauty of the Rupununi, and is also an eco-oriented event. The music will be internationally flavored, traditional and accessible, varied and interesting in many languages. It will, however, be dynamic with a mixture of solo and group performances, blues, jazz, folk, Indian, African and contemporary pop. The program will be flexible, allowing the visitors to enjoy the sheer beauty and tranquility of the grasslands, whilst later in the day enjoying the diversity of quality music from around the world. Government is working to make kidney transplant services more accessible and affordable here, as they seek to partner with the University of Calgary out of Canada. More in this report.
A team from the Health Ministry met with representatives of the University of Calgary on Saturday to discuss in more details procedures that could be undertaken to enhance government's response to kidney transplant and other related services. Officials from the university noted their intention is to help educate local medical doctors and nurses on the correct procedures and precautions that must be taken in kidney transplants across the health institutions. Both teams spoke about different diseases that affect the kidney and the heart, as well as effective treatments. Meanwhile, Health Minister Dr. Barry Ramsarran said the initiative was supported by the Canadian High Commission, which he thanked for their unwavering support over the years. From this intervention, Guyana will see new echocardiography machines placed in every health institution countrywide, which will increase the delivery of quality healthcare services. In 2012, doctors attended and graduated from the Guyana Echocardiography Education Program. This is a joint initiative with the Libyan Cardiovascular Institute of Alberta in Canada. Among those who graduated were Dr. Alexandra Harvey, Dr. Kishore Ramdas, and Dr. Ramkaran Ramsakal.
The teenager who accused police ranks at the Stabroek outpost of sodomy claims that after 2 identification parades, he was unable to positively identify the perpetrators because the wrong set of policemen were put in the lineup. Bisham Mohammed has the details.
The teenager of Defield Sapphire told the Evening News he believed that the police are covering up for each other, claiming that he will not make up a story to cause public humiliation to himself and family.
Well, like I said, the police is trying to cover for the rest because when they do the ID parade, I had 2 sets of ID parade. One ID parade was 8 and a half person. One ID parade was 14 person. When they had the number inside the hand, the officer CID girl asked me if I can recognize any one of them. I told her no, it's none of them. So I suggest I make a statement to myself, and I said that, you know what, that these people want to cover this thing. They bring police from Tamari, police from all over.
The young man stated that he's constantly being harassed by members of the force whenever he's conducting business at Church and Carmichael Streets, with the recent one being last night, and suspected that they are friends of the ranks who sodomized him.
Last night pull up and tell me if I reach at Brickdam station this morning, I can take what I got on the road, but he can send people with gun upon me. And it's every night these officers, this officer is all the police friends. What they did, he might vex with what I did, and I make a report, he might vex with me for them. Because I never done all them as one. So they don't go against the police.
However, for the first time, the young man told his story on camera and is calling for the ranks to be charged.
Sunday night I was walking with Zemico, and these people called me and asked me why I'm going. So I said that you don't know working on the road late is a charge. So I said, I called them up. They said they didn't charge me for them. I said, you can't charge me, and he handcuffed me, and then he turned me forward to the back. He turned off the light, handcuffed my foot, and he ducted my mouth. After he ducted my mouth now, he put on my pants and shake my head. After he ducted my mouth, I couldn't talk. Now he pull on my pants and he started romantic me and tell me love me, and then after once of the thing he started telling me. And after now, when he finished with me, then 2 other one come. And they do as well what he did.
The 3 police officers who were on duty during the period of the alleged rape have all been placed under close arrest. The teenager accused the 3 ranks at the outpost of sodomizing him after they had arrested him and accused him of prostitution. After he felt that the justice system has failed him, the youth mounted a protest on the roof of a building on Robb Street as he threatened to jump off. The file is with the Director of Public Prosecution, who is expected to make her recommendations shortly. Bisham Mohammed, The Evening News.
The government of Ghana is resolute in the pursuit to modernize the security agencies in Ghana. This has seen the injection of more than $5 billion in the sector. More in this report.
Home Affairs Minister Clement Rohi said that the People's Progressive Party civic administration is unwavering in its attempt to modernize the security sector in Guyana, spending billions of dollars in the last decade.
The government is focused on ensuring that the security sector is modernized. And, for example, the anti-money laundering law that is now being kicked around in Parliament by the opposition element, all of that is part of the creating a modern architecture in the security sector. So that when these people come and they make these criticisms that the government has failed in terms of the security sector, we have to make comparative analysis.
Yes.
This is a scientific way to judge who is doing better than whom. So if we make this comparative analysis between what went on before we were there, because one has to measure what we're doing against what was there before. So if one is to make that scientific analysis with respect, first of all, to money spent, clearly it's like chocolate cheese. If one was to make the comparative analysis with respect to the sectors, how they have improved institutionally, in terms of human resources and so forth, the force has moved tremendously forward.
The minister added that although the government is criticized by the opposition, it remains a focus on achieving its overarching goals of causing a massive reduction in crime.
They would like us to blot that out. But, you know, I don't think anyone wants to blot out 28 years of a country's history. But the point I want to make is that if you to go back in the records, particularly the Hansards of Parliament, and you check the debate that took place in the House when the PNC was in the majority, meaning when they were in the government.
Yes.
And you will see the intensive debates and criticisms that took place there because they themselves were not able to address the crime and security situation in Guyana when they were in the government. Now, that doesn't mean to say that because they didn't do it, we must fail as well.
He said that his ministry will continue to support the law enforcement agencies in their fight against all forms of organized crime in Guyana. Bisham Mohammed, The Evening News.
Join us after these messages for sport news.
Believe that everything worth building should be built just once. But that is why we build on culture, on trust, on integrity. We exist to do more, better, faster, safer. Your success depends on the foundation it's built on. Everything we do is meant to move you forward. Mark on. Let's build Guyana together.
Welcome back, and now for a look at sport. The East Bank Football Association, EBFA, has announced that the 2014 Stag Bear sponsored Division 1 League, which was set to kick off today at the Grove Playground, will now start on February 16 at the same venue. The EBFA has said that the inclement weather was responsible for the change of date, since the ground would not have been the tip-top shape for the start of the new season. Kurukuru Warriors and Diamond United will set the tone for what is anticipated to be an exciting season for teams on the East Bank at all levels. The game will kick off at 1300 hours. The feature game brings together Mako champs and home team Grove High Tech. The other teams that will be competing for the top prize of $300,000 are Suzaik Falcons, Tamiri Panthers and Hurstellin Football Club. The second place team will pocket $150,000, third place $100,000, while the fourth place team will take home $50,000. A number of individual prizes will be at stake. These include the Golden Boot and Golden Ball for the player to score the most goals, the Golden Glove for the best goalkeeper, and the Fair Play and Best Coach trophies. Remember, you can read about these and other stories in tomorrow's edition of the Ghana Times newspaper, which can be picked up from vendors across the country. When you're not reading our newspaper or watching TVG Channel 28, do remember to tune in to RGI on 89.3, 89.5 or 89.7 FM. Your Bridge Reports are next.
Believe that everything worth building should be built just once. But that is why we build on culture, on trust, on integrity. We exist to do more, better, faster, safer. Your success depends on the foundation it's built on. Everything we do is meant to move you forward. Mark on. Let's build Guyana together.
Welcome back, and now for a look at your bridge reports. The Demo Harbour Bridge will be closed on Monday, February 10 at 2 hours for a period of 1.5 hours. And the Berbice River Bridge will be closed on Monday, February 10 at 13 hours 20 for a period of 1.5 hours. That's your Sunday, February 9, 2014 edition of the Evening News. I'm Samuel Subnandan. Thanks for joining us.